Humans are a garbage species and we're all inherently evil. Let's just say that's what you believe. And at first glance, that sounds kinda bad. But look around. I think we'd all agree that the world around us doesn't seem to be completely overrun by inherent evilness. Rather, just a few evil people who seem to be the only people with power. Point is, this theory of us all being inherently evil isn't as bad as it seems, because it draws attention to the essence of being a modern human, which is socialization and the law. The fact that we aren't all killing and raping and stealing and murdering all the time proves that even if we were inherently evil, centuries worth of socialization has worked. Law has worked. Law has been a useful tool. Law is our moral compass. Law is ethics. Okay. Well, either way, I don't think I would be wrong to say that that's just what always seemed right or true to most of us, myself included. Law being synonymous with ethics is what always felt true to me. However, they are not the same, and that's exactly why some people get away with horrible things despite being very close to the law. Let's look at the definitions of the two terms. Law, the system of rules which a particular country or community recognizes as regulating the actions of its members, and which it may enforce by the imposition of penalties. Ethics, moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. Note the language. The law applies to its members. Ethics apply to a person. Since this distinction becomes especially important in medical scenarios, let's imagine an example. You're on a plane and there's a medical emergency. We need a doctor. Is anybody a doctor? Yeah, I am. Great, can you help me? I can't breathe. No. What, you're a doctor? I'm not your doctor. Dude, isn't this like your job? Try to sue me, lady. Newsflash, she can't. Isn't that surprising? You'd think a doctor who's assumably taken the Hippocratic Oath would be subject to some sort of legal action for abandoning a patient like this. That's just the thing. That was not that doctor's patient, and the Hippocratic Oath is not legally binding. The Hippocratic Oath is simply an ethical guideline. Breaking it has no direct legal implications. Professions like medicine often have extensive ethical codes and guidelines to follow, given the nature of their work, and things like fiduciary duty to their patients. For more information on this, consider taking a look at the CMA Code of Ethics and Professionalism. But again, this is not a legal document. Now, legally speaking, practitioners only have a legal duty to positively act or actually do something, given a special relationship or contractual duty in the context of something like the patient-practitioner relationship. In other words, practitioners have no common law duty given a failure to act at the scene of a stranger involved in a medical emergency, for example. Now, I know that might feel kind of icky or immoral or unethical, but we don't like servitude, and we do not like the government having control over our bodies. Positive acts in this context are coercive and not legally enforceable. However, since most of us can identify that even in individualistic environments like Western society, this doesn't feel right, professional codes exist to set us right. While you won't go to jail, there may be professional implications, or honestly just a tainted reputation, especially if your patient finds out that you let a rando suffocate to death on a plane and did nothing about it. Yeah, I think I'm switching providers. To end things off, even if law and ethics seem like the same thing, they're not. Law can be a moral compass and encourage ethical decision-making, especially in the case of natural law, aka what we ought to do and what feels morally right. For example, don't murder. That's legally bad and wrong. However, we live in a more positivist or realist framework, where law is what the ruler says it is, or what the rulers will enforce. And let's just say the rulers aren't always the most ethical or moral people. Okay, bye.